There we go. It was giving me a little circle, so I didn't know. Hello, everybody. I am Comics for Thomas, and this is my good friend Magic Lasso, as you can tell by our names on the side. This is it's a planned last-minute live stream, so we don't necessarily expect too many people to jump in. It's a Saturday night, so we're all about that replay. But as you can tell by the title, this is a CBCS unboxing. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Okay, good. I just heard a little thing with my headphones. So we're also going to show a couple books that we've picked up over the last little bit, and then I'm going to talk about some of these books that I sent away. Just my process on. Hello, William Smallwood. Nice seeing you here. Thank you for joining us live here. So I'll just kind of talk about how I go about what books I'm sending off and so on. And I almost said hi, Magic Lasso. I just automatically wanted to say that. And then, and that'll kind of be our stream tonight. This is the third time you and I have gone live, which is pretty fun. So pretty much I'd like to keep that as a standard for sure as much as we can. So.
Cool. We're all pros now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't figure out a wrench. Oh, I wonder if I can do it now, actually. I wonder if you're in the put user in timeout or block user. All I can do is block you or put you in a timeout. That's so funny.
I will not be put in a timeout.
No. So I mean, I'm not gonna. I know our last stream kind of went like just over an hour, which turned out really, really well. I'll try to keep it for under an hour this time, but we'll see. Because once we get chatting, it's just like can't stop, right?
Yeah. I am a chatter.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I guess we could probably start with just showing, some of the stuff that we've picked up recently, and then we'll get into a little bit of unboxing. Did you want to start, or you want me to start?
Yeah, I can start. Mine's going to be very quick and very simple. I only pulled two things to show. So on my channel a lot, especially when I'm doing my comic book editions videos, it's usually back issues that I'm showing. And I thought, well, maybe I'll show a more recently released book, one that came out last month. And there is a lot of people are interested in, or at least curious if not interested in, although there's a huge amount of people that aren't interested in, but DC's Future State titles. But the character that really seems to be taken off from DC Future State is the Future State Wonder Woman, which is the Brazilian Yara Flor, or Yara Fleur, as I've been told how they say in Brazil, which means flowers, Yara flowers.
Makes sense.
There is a variant cover for her. There was an A and a B cover, but there was an exclusive variant cover for it as well. And you don't see that one shown that much. Okay. So I think that would be a good one to start out with.
This is issue 1.
Yeah, this is issue number 1.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's nice.
And there is, I'm going to flip it around in a second because there's an image on the back cover too. So
very cool. Oh, yeah. I like the front cover more, but they're both really nice.
Yeah. And this was a shared exclusive. I got mine from the 616 Comics, which is the first time that I purchased from them.
Okay.
But they had it, and maybe 3 or 4 other retailers had it as well. And it was around the $15 range, if I'm remembering correctly. So I thought folks might be interested. It's Matt Taylor.
Okay.
Is the artist on it. So, and this is their exclusive Matt Taylor team variant for Future State Wonder Woman issue number 1. Of course, issue number 2 just dropped this week. I haven't been to my LCS to pick it up yet to check it out, but I think you picked it up. So
yeah, I've got the B issue because I'm gonna pretty much get all those Frisons because she looks really good with the Frison covers. It's so nice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I like the way that they wrote Wonder Woman on that book that you have though.
Oh yeah, that's
the wording, the way it's written. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it has been announced that she is getting her own ongoing title. I think starting. Yeah, but I think she's going to be Wonder Girl.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I could see that because they're not going to want to call it Future State Wonder Woman.
Yeah, because you would have a published Wonder Woman title.
Yeah, exactly.
Going on. So, and the other thing that I chose to show just came in the mail today. I got a slab today.
Ooh.
So I'm up to, this is number 12.
Nice.
And I'll be showing this on my channel sometime in the future because it was part of some prize wins that I picked up. But I'm going to just show the slab part of it.
Yeah, please.
And this came courtesy of Jaguar. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce Jaguar's last name. It starts with the letter X. I tried pronouncing it. You know, everyone goes, I'm not even going to come close. Or I tried pronouncing it once as Zucotl, and he laughed and said I was nowhere even close.
Oh, man. That's
but
funny.
I tried.
Yeah.
So what can I say? But this was a one of several things that I won from Jaguar. And as I said, I'll be showing the full prize win on my channel in a video sometime in the future. But this is the slab that I picked up.
Oh, shit. That's nice.
Yes, this is a Batman number 50. And it's
I like
a
the rain.
Jim Lee exclusive.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a Jim Lee variant. I'm sorry. It's a Jim Lee variant. And it's a 9.6.
Comic book G-Spot. Hello.
Hey, the G-Man.
The G-Man, yeah.
G-Man did my intro.
Yeah. Yes. Super good.
I love so much.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, I love the cover. I love the raindrops.
Yeah. This cover really turned out nice. So this is the type
Yes.
of cover that you want to have slab because it's a very beautiful cover.
100%.
I want to thank Jaguar for offering this up as a giveaway and for the other prizes. I mean, he sent everything that I was expecting and then sent more too.
Yeah,
so
yeah. No,
class act,
really good.
and I certainly appreciate it too. So
that's wicked.
Lab number 12 in the collection. My second for this year, 12 overall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I really you had asked me how many slabs I had, and I know I've had more, but I think I've just kind of raffled some off and sold, and then now I'm just kind of slowly just chipping away at the PC again, but then also basically taking the ones to resell just to pay for the ones that I want to keep, right? So it's a nice little circle.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I asked you this before. I'm going to ask you again. And when I say before, I mean I asked you not on a live stream. But since you're such a Nova collector, would you have the entire Nova run raw and slabbed, or is just one copy good enough?
One copy would be good enough. I would have no problem having them all slabbed. If I could afford it.
Yeah.
Basically, right? So.
Would you keep your raw ones too?
What do you mean?
Like if you had, say you had issue 10 or whatever, if you had it slabbed, would you keep it slabbed and still keep your raw copy to read?
No, I get rid of the raw copy. Yeah. I would make sure I read that. I mean, all my slabs I'm not going to read. A lot of them it's just the art. But with the Novas, Nova Volume 1, Nova Volume 4, I would like to have all of Nova Volume 4 at some point in my life, all of them slab. But I've read that run a couple of times throughout my life already, right? So, and by my life, I mean my comic life, because that hasn't been that long. So. And then I actually haven't read all of Volume 1 because I got into Nova with Volume 4. So that was the thing. So it was more like I started collecting Nova Volume 1 before reading it. But I could, even without having them all, because I know that you still have some of them or whatever. I mean, for me, a lot of the Marvel ones, I'll just read them on the Marvel Unlimited anyways. And that's why it's kind of easier to think hey, I don't necessarily would need to have them all raw compared to say an indie. I would want to read all the indies or get the trade paperbacks because if I was going to slab all of an indie run, because I can't just jump on an app as easy, right? So
sure,
I can. I mean, you can purchase. I can use Comixology and stuff like that, but they don't have a deal like Marvel. Well, not available in Canada at least. So I don't know if you guys have or not. But. So yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah.
So these are just a mixture of books that I've kind of been getting through auctions and through my LCS and through just the comic community that I'm involved in, through Facebook and just local friends and stuff like that. So these first three books I actually bought off the guy who is my authenticated dealer for CBCS, which is kind of cool. I've been trying to just grab any sub 100 of the big 5 or 6, like Avengers, Spider-Man, X-Men, Captain America, stuff like that. So I've really been hitting it pretty good with the Avengers books. This is probably the worst condition one that I have because I still want the covers to present, but it's still not too bad. It's just the spine's not great. This is Avengers number 18.
Nice.
What can I do here? Is it this one?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go. I was trying to do it for you, but it wasn't doing it. I was I know that we figured it out last time. I just can't remember. I think I have to push on your picture or something like that. So So that's probably the worst. But I mean, it's a sub 20 Avengers,
Yeah.
so I'm like not going to complain, right? Nova was hot in the Silver Surfer Fox cartoon in the 90s. I actually did not watch that cartoon in the 90s, but Netflix had put it on. I don't know if they still have it, but they put the Silver Surfer cartoon on there, and I had started watching it like 2 or 3 years ago, but I had only watched the first couple of episodes, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm like, I've always keep saying like, oh, I'd like to go back and watch it, but I don't even know if it's on there anymore. So, love it, Avengers Love, yeah. Here is issue number 33.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that one. And this one does have a tear in it, so it might be something to upgrade later on. I didn't really take a great look at it, but he was selling them for super, super cheap. So this is issue 59, but you can clearly see the tear across it here. So
yeah, but it's a key.
Yeah, it's key, and it's I like that red. A lot of good red in there.
Yeah. And for those wondering, that's first Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got some new Avengers, number 1. This is the first Black Swan. This is the Jonathan Hickman run. So that's cool. We've got some Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. issue number 10.
That's nice.
It's a cool cover. You have this one? Do you have this one? I think we just talked about it before.
I don't have it for my personal collection, but it's in this
That's
room
right.
I'm in right now.
That's right. Yes.
That's all I can say right now.
No, I remember when I showed you it. You had mentioned something. So, these are. Yeah, you obviously, if you watch my videos and stuff like that, and you watch my collection, I love the hot babe, but not like the hot babe like damsel in distress, like the I don't know what you call it, but you'll understand part of my collecting because of these. I've never heard of these indies before, but saw them and just loved them. This is issue number 5 of Divinica.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like that's right up my alley for the hot girl, I guess you could call it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Really, really nice. And then this is issue number 1 as well. So, and I've looked, and the rest of the covers are really, really nice too. So it's just something I'm always going to kind of keep my eye out for.
Mm-hmm.
I got these in an auction from a guy. I asked him if he had any more, and he said, no, I had those 2 covers. I was like, oh man, like I'll take them pretty much right away. So,
hey, Biggie.
Hey, Biggie.
Biggie is so close to 1K unless he hit it this afternoon.
I know. So, I saw you post the other day, like 974 or something.
Yeah. So if for some reason someone isn't subscribed to the Immortal Biggie Shack,
yes,
and even if you did hit 1K, subscribe to the dog anyway, because you're going to be entertained.
100%, right? Anybody on the replay too, just go and find him and sub.
Since Biggie's here, I always say this in the chat, but now I get a chance to do it in person. Salute.
I don't really know. I don't know what that is.
I always salute him every time that I see him, but now he can actually see me that I saluted. So
still not there, but thank you. No, he's not there yet.
We'll be there soon.
Yeah, I agree. I got this beautiful cover, Vision issue number 7.
So have you watched the new episode yet?
No. And with everything going on tomorrow, it'll probably be Monday by the time I watch it. But
okay.
This is my favorite cover in the main run. There's a few variants that blow this cover out of the water, but this is a really, really nice cover. Yo, Lasso Eddies. Let's do a little bit of Frizzen. You know my Frizzen love now. This is Beauty, issue 1. Frizzen.
Yep.
That thing is awesome.
So that new book that came out this week that I showed you, is it called Luna? Is that
Luna?
The name
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to pick that up?
I might like her variant. I think so. I know we kind of talked about the colors going on, but I'm like, it's even if I'm on Bear Island. Hello, Bear Island. Sorry, he said he just finished the episode and it's amazing.
Yeah,
but I do need to watch it.
I did see someone had the trade dress version of the Frizzen for Luna.
Okay.
And I showed you the Virgin one, but someone I saw the other day posted in Instagram in my feed. It came through, and they had the trade dress version. And the trade dress isn't at the top; it's down, actually more near the bottom.
They didn't have it at my LCS, even like the trade dress or anything. So, but I would probably grab the Virgin at some point.
Okay.
This is the Unkindness of Ravens, Jenny Frizen variant. I love this cover.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man. And it's super cheap to get. And it's just like, I just feel like it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking so nice. And as we were talking earlier, got Future State Wonder Woman issue 2.
There you
Letter
go.
B, Frizen variant.
Nice compliment to my issue 1.
Yes. I still need to get the 1A or 1B, but I mean, I can pick that up whenever. Last 2 books before we get into the unboxing. This is a book that I have wanted for a while. And I finally found one within a price range I was willing to work out with a guy. It's probably a 9.4, and he was very upfront about the like there's a couple corner dings and stuff like that, and that's completely fine. This is, I'm going to mess up his last name. I think everybody does. Marko Djurkovic. Okay, a variant. This is Infinity, issue number 1.
Oh wow.
I love this run. It's a 6 issue series. I have all the main covers, and there's so many good variants. There's some really nice Jerome Pena variants, but I've always loved this one, but I just wasn't willing to. It was like when it first came out, really expensive. So I was waiting years for it to kind of go down, and then a guy had it, and luckily enough, it's not a 9.8, so I didn't have to pay top-notch dollars for it, right? So, but I think that's so nice.
That looks like it could be a movie poster. It's so nice.
Yeah, that's the exact thing I thought too was movie poster. I just wish it was a Virgin variant. I wish everything was a Virgin variant. I really do. Besides, I guess except for the early books, because it's cool seeing Avengers on the top and Thor and stuff like that. And or again, not high grade. Doctor Strange 169.
Now that is a book that you picked up at the right time.
Yeah, that's great. From a local buddy too.
Really nice.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Kind of I have not been searching any Doctor Strange or anything like that, and my buddy mentioned a couple books he was looking to kind of move, and we kind of worked out a bit of a deal with money and books and stuff, and yeah, he's got a couple other books that I'm gonna get off of his hands over a little bit of time. So. It's been a good couple weeks.
Biggie said bang.
Yeah, Books on Fire.
Yeah,
just got another copy of Vision Scarlet Witch 12. Nice. And Books on Fire. Bang. Love it.
So what has prompted your interest in the Silver Age recently? Because your collecting has really taken a turn towards that, I'd say, in the last 3 to 4 months.
I don't know. There's something just all of a sudden my collecting, it went from very modern and variants to I just started kind of down that hole, but not like keys. Just I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just pick up the, if it's a minor key, great. But if I can get it for cheap and it presents well, I don't mind if it's like a mid grade, even a lower grade. I think collecting Silver Surfer Volume 1 has helped.
Sure.
Now I'm up to 8 or 9 issues, not the major keys and stuff like that, but it's kind of really okay, well, what else could I get? What else is out there? And then you start noticing those books a lot more, right? And it's really kind of changed that for me. So.
Very nice. And plus, like you said, you got about half of that Silver Surfer collection done now.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I should be it's not like I'm focusing on the ones that are not the issues. Basically, issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the keys in that run. I have issue 1. I don't have 2, 3, or 4. I'll probably get number 2 this year, and then 3 and 4 will be the last ones I get, and it will be years from now when 3 has somewhat came back down, and it could be 10 years from now. Mephisto's going to end up in the MCU. Blah blah blah. Great. I don't mind waiting. I'm not jumping out of this hobby anytime soon. If I'm in this hobby for another 10, 20 years, I'll finish that run. You know what I mean? It's just right now, in the meantime, I'm going to get all the little ones that are cheap and easy for me to get, especially in these Facebook auctions that I'm in.
Sure. And one thing, you mentioned it, I can't hammer home enough. Books are good even if they aren't keys.
Yeah.
Key books are nice, but books, the story, you know, if it's a key, it doesn't change if the story's bad and it's a key, it's still a bad story.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
There are good books out there that you can, it's like sometimes I think people get caught up a little bit too much on it's a key. I remember one time someone was talking about a book and the other person was like, well, it's not a key.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's not a key. If you enjoy it, that's what counts, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these CBCS books for a second. This is like I was always getting my books graded with CGC through an authenticated dealer. I live in Canada, and I was sending them to a different province. He was sending them away, and then this guy that's Ontario, he owns a shop or whatever, and then he mails them back to you. And it's not super cheap, especially where I'm converting Canadian to US, blah, 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 blah. Plus, CGC is a little bit more expensive. Not too long ago, there's a local guy who actually became an authenticated dealer with CBCS, and I'm pretty sure they have a sister company in Canada. I believe it's in BC. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure because the prices are super low and it's all in Canadian. Not that you can't convert it, but anyways, I sent a couple books to him for my personal collection just to make sure I can trust the guy who wasn't scamming me. Worked out really, really well. I've actually talked to this guy a lot. I have a really good rapport with him. And so I sent these 10 books away. God, I feel like it was like October. Because the first one that I sent, because he sets them in bunches of 25, it was like 2 months, but it also wasn't like during like Christmas and tough mailing, system and stuff like that. So sending books over the holidays, obviously these were going to take a lot longer. And who knows, maybe CBCS is just getting more busy again, like everybody else, right? My goal here was there's parts of this hobby. Obviously, we all know that there's the hobby there, but you can also like have the hobby start to pay for itself. There's investment and stuff like that as well. There's PC books, there's resale books, there's pressing books, and then there's not pressing books, and so on and so on. Knowing what's hot, all that jazz. So my goal on this one was to send 10 books away, 4 for the personal collection, and have the other 6 try to have it so that the value of the books after they're graded, hoping they come back at a 9.8 or a 9.6, pay for the cost of all 10 books being graded. Just the grading cost, not the shipping, not my overhead on the book originally, right? It has, if I can make them more money back on those 6 and pay for some of that stuff, great. But there's a cost of doing business as well, so I don't mind that there's a little bit of shipping, because everybody who sends in the bunches of 25, everyone pays X amount. It's an equal share for the shipping, all that jazz. I took a chance on a couple books here for the resale that didn't. I don't know the grades, but I mean the character didn't necessarily hit. They didn't become hot. I had super low overhead. But I was telling Ryan backstage real fast that today when I was getting the books from him, because he gets them back and then he puts mine in a separate box, and then we meet up, and he's got bubble wrap over them, but they're still kind of loose in a box, and he passes me the box and it shifts a little bit, and I saw one of the grades, but I didn't see the book. I just kind of looked and I was like, and I looked away and I put the bubble wrap over.
Yep.
And so I was like, all right, cool. I saw the grade, no big deal. And I'm talking to the guy. And then I put the books in the back of the car, and I'm driving, and I'm like thinking about this grade, and I'm like, that's a really low grade for what I should have in there. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, it's probably my Star Wars 42, because it has a big rip down the middle. It must be. And then I start driving. I'm driving. I'm like, wait a second, I didn't send Star Wars 42 in this round. I sent it in the one that I just gave the guy last week, a bunch of books. There should be nothing at I think it said 5.5. It may have said 8.5 though. I'm hoping it said 8.5, and I just looked really, really quickly. But if not, then I don't know. There's some type of fail in that box that I don't know of. Maybe something got damaged. But also, there's a Daredevil book in there that I started questioning whether I pressed it or not, and it's for my PC. And the resale books I didn't even press. They all look really, really good. They're mostly modern. They should come back 9.6s, 9.8s. If I fail on one, who cares? But my PC books are not it's not about the value for the grade. It's I want them to present well, and that's why I want them pressed. So if I sent him one that I thought I pressed and I didn't because I just got unorganized, then it's a personal collection fail, but not for money, but just for like presenting. Because if you can see pressable defects, you're like, I want the cover to look great. You know what I mean? That's what I care about, because I'm going to own these books for a very, very long time. So good for you. I have been loving CBCS. Still a graded book protecting your investment. They are stricter as well. And I agree 100%. And the CBCS cases are, they look really good now.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I know. I'm showing you the books. I am going to show you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and hi to the gray man who stopped in.
Hello, gray man.
So from over on the other side of the pond.
Yes, 100%. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just dig in here. I think I've placed it so that the one that I think is 5.5 is the first one, because I want to get it over with.
So what you're saying is we have a potential Ricky Ricardo situation. And if you're wondering what a Ricky Ricardo situation is, Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah. I think this is going to be the Daredevil book. I can't remember what number it is. It is the Daredevil book. Oh, it's going to be a 5.5. I just know it. It is a 5.5. Oh, and I can see it. So right down the spine here. Don't get me wrong. Like, oh yeah, I did not get this pressed, and I meant to. Shoot. But the cover, this is a cover that still presents really well. So this is not too bad. But I thought this was going to be like after a press, like a 7.75. So financially, there's not much value to it, but it still looks nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought maybe it looked like an 8. Maybe it was an 8 and it just looked like a 5.
Yeah, but that's the issue where Electra dies. I mean, that's a big book.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oh, it's still it's definitely a good key. I just meant to press that. So you say much better. Yes, finally their cases. Lasso. Yeah, their cases are really nice and they're thicker now, and it's really, really good. And I do agree, Gray Man. It actually does present really well. So it's not too bad. I just was really surprised when I saw a 5. So let's see. Oh yeah, can you see that? Okay. Let me try to get the.
Yeah, I got a little glare on the. I had some.
How about now?
It's
hard to see. But this is a beautiful, beautiful book. This is the Ji Hyung Lee variant to Mighty Thor 705. The only problem with this book is it's not a Virgin variant. Just some advice: always press them if you're going to send them in. Sweet. Yeah, no, and I my PC ones I meant to press all 4, and for some reason I just did not. With the resales, I just didn't. They're not major books, but normally I do. Now that I have a local presser too, it's a lot easier. I'm getting a lot of books just pressed. I'm just constantly sending stuff because I know I'm going to get them graded. So I feel a little bit more comfortable, I think, about that now too. So
what do you think the grade's going to be?
I'm thinking a 9.6. I've had it for a bit, and I had bought it on eBay when I did. I think it's been a couple years, and it's gone through a couple of moves. So I'm just thinking like probably 9.6. Not worried about the grade. This is a personal collection book. 9.6.
9.6.
9.6. Yeah, looking good. I thought that was a scratch. It was a cat hair, of course. Anyways, beautiful book. I hear a train. So, all right. All right. We got now. This is a resale book.
Okay.
This is Shuri #1. This is the second printing. From what I tell, it's kind of a harder one to find, obviously, with the second printing. And yeah, 9.8.
9.8.
So, and I was pretty confident with this one. I didn't even pay. I paid like $4 for the book, right? So, and it's got a little bit of value. And for Shuri in her own title, It's cool. It's a nice looking book. Like, it would be something I wouldn't mind having at some point, but I know that I can recoup a little bit of money with it. So.
Now, will you turn that around before or after you find out if she will be the next Black Panther in the MCU?
It depends, I guess. I know that I should wait to max value on some of this stuff, but I'm also like got my hands in a lot of cookie jars right now, so recouping some of this money. Congrats, by the way, Comics sweet books, love the Shuri. Funny enough, too, because it's only like a 10-issue run, and I ended up getting issue like 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now. I'm almost like, do I just put together the run too? Because it doesn't seem that hard to get. I would need to obviously get a number 1, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take a real look at that, because I know it'll be smart to wait as well. But recouping money is also right now kind of just, how many things I kind of have on the go all at once, right?
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Look at that beauty, yeah. So this is issue number 24, and this is her first Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen. This is the second printing as well. So both second printings. I didn't even realize this was the second printing until it started getting hot, because I just always love the cover. It looks like one of the hip hop covers, and it's not. It's just like, that's the cover, and it's beautiful. And I got it like, when it first came out, and then I realized, it's a second printing, which has still got a little bit of value to it. Again, basically any of the resale books, I'm expecting a 9.6 or 9.8. If I get lower, okay, well, it's my own fault for not pressing it. So, or 9.0. Yeah, that went bad. I don't know why either. Oh, that might be a PC book. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this is the one where I said, so I sent 2 of these in, the free comic book day. And remember, I'm sending these in like October, November, or whatever it was. This was in hopes that the character, I can't remember the character's name, but Virus, yeah, that it was going to take off. And when they were like still on their way to basically CBCS, you kind of found out it wasn't going to take off. So I figured, worst case scenario, if they're 9.6s or 9.8s, I know you got to know your audience too. Like, I sell my books in these Facebook auctions in this Facebook community within Canada, and I know what books sell. I'd have no problem if this was it doesn't really matter what this comes back as. I'll sell it and I'll get at least my money back on the grading. It was a free comic book, so my overhead is very, very low on this. So
yeah,
9.4, yeah. So it's just like, yeah, it just depends, I guess, like knowing your community too, right? Like, even the couple guys that I have that live in this city, like sometimes I put books in auctions. I'm like, oh my God, I've had this book for, whatever amount of time. And then they're buying them up. I'm like, I didn't even think, this random, issue book was, had any value. A lot of times they don't, but people are trying to fill their runs, or it's, they wouldn't mind getting that book already graded and stuff like that. Right. So it's, again, oh yeah, this is the other one. So, oh yeah, there's a 9.8. So the other one was a 9.4. This is a 9.8.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I know on the CGC label, they talk about how the book was delayed because of the COVID virus. Is there any mention of that on the CBCS label?
No, intended to be first appearance of virus, but was delayed due to Free Comic Book Day being canceled. Black Cat cover and appearance, Vulture and Avengers appearance. So it's the reason why it was canceled was probably because of COVID, but it didn't say COVID on it.
See, I think a lot of people like the fact that the character was Virus and it mentioned the 2020 virus in the notes.
Reader's notebook, but yeah, just checking that back too. I know that Big Will did a unboxing the other day, and he got whatever book it was, and it mentioned COVID right on it. So that was pretty cool. It's a beautiful cover though, and I'm not even into Spider-Man, but like, it's a really, really nice cover.
Yeah, it is.
So, I'm surprised about that Spider-Gwen, but it's an all-black cover too. So that's probably, if I was to regret not pressing one, it would probably be that one. But I don't know if a press, I mean, I didn't see anything going on with it, right? So I don't necessarily always know if that's going to change anything with certain books, right? So
Yeah.
Silk #1. This is her first solo title, I believe. This is 2015. I've had this. This is my second copy of this book. I had it another raw one, which I sold very quickly. I think this is kind of hot right now. I know her first appearance is obviously really hot. Again, just the way the books are coming back and me taking a quick look at it. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with this. Maybe like, I don't know. It's even hard to tell if that's even a corner ding, but we'll find out because it's a 9.6. Okay, good. It's a cool cover too. I know that a lot of people like the second print that it's just like all blue and stuff. I like the red. I think it's just because you kind of associate Spider-Man with either the black suit or the red suit. So everything Spider involved is mostly red, black. I guess with white with Spider, Gwen, and all them. So that's good. I mean that in a 9.6 or a 9.8 is definitely decent for what I can move it for. So. This is a PC book. Silver Surfer 44, First Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep.
I got this at there's basically like 45 minutes from here. There is Sussex, New Brunswick, and there's kind of the Sussex, almost like a really large outdoor kind of flea market thing. And a lot of comic sellers go to it. Obviously, this year it didn't happen. Probably won't happen in 2021. Probably won't happen in 2022. But and I got this for like really, really good price, and it's been pressed. And the grade's not going to matter. I just love the book, but a 9.2. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, nice. That is a PC book. I actually probably won't have a lot of Silver Surfer from that run. It's not that I don't like the art. I just don't. The covers don't really call to me like Silver Surfer Volume 1. Yeah, love that sweet book. Thank G Spot. But that's definitely a cover. There's definitely a few that I'm like, okay, those are nice. Plus Thanos is on there, so it's like hard not to. Who's this? Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a nice cover.
Yes, and I know this is not going to be like I expect this to be. It was pressed, but I knew buying it that if this came back at like an 8.5 or a 9, I would be happy. It was how I got it cheap, right? So by not buying a super high grade. Just an awesome cover. This is issue number 101 of Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. Peter Parker, 9.2. Even better than I expected. Oh, that's awesome. That gets me about that Spider-Gwen now because like this doesn't look as nice as that one. Anyways, I don't ever have any regrets with this stuff anyways, so you go with the flow.
So in that run, a few issues later, that's 101. It's if I'm remembering correctly, it's 107 or 106, which is the famous cover with Black Cat really pronounced. And then I like that cover because it's got the buildings behind it, kind of like 101 does. I always think it's a nice compliment to that cover when you see them one next to the other.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check out that cover. I think I know the one you're talking about, but I don't know a lot from that run.
Yeah, it's like 106, 107 or 106, I think.
Okay. What would be left in here? Did we do my 4 PC books? We did too. What's the last resale? Oh yeah. This is Spider-Women Alpha. So there's just the one issue, and then there's an Omega as well, and it's Yasmin Putri who does the covers, and the other one, the Omega, is even better. It shows just like a hand, and in the back it's kind of the blurry character, and then it shows these 3 like falling. It's really, really nice. I've always kind of just wanted to keep this for the PC, but it's got a little bit of like resale value to it. So it's like, you know what, just send it in. it's kind of one of those ones where if it comes back like a low grade like that Spider-Gwen, then maybe I'll just decide to keep it because I just love the cover. And then if it comes back like a 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, then I'll see about selling it because I can get it again raw. I mean, that's the nice part about most modern books. You can get your hands on them again. So
yeah,
9.2. Yeah. So I'll kind of make the decision there. Whether I want to kind of keep it for myself or not. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, So that should be it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard because now that I've seen the Omega cover, I'm like they would look really, really nice like beside each other too. Yeah. So I'll have to make a decision on that. It's kind of tough too because like looking at books raw, you're like, oh, that's a cool book. It's really nice. And then you see it graded. I don't care about the grade. You just see it encased. And you're all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I really like that book now. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's hard to kind of move on from them, right? So
well, because they become works of art at that moment.
They really are, yeah. Like these look, some of these look so nice, and they were already really nice in the first place. That's showing you what you got. So overall, yeah, there's 12. Yeah, I'm happy with my PC books. Obviously the Daredevil, whatever. I forgot to press it. The only one I think I probably should have pressed again would maybe have been that Glenpool or Spider-Gwen, but I just don't know if the press is really going to do too much. I don't know. I have to really look at it. I wish I could get graders notes. I'm going to ask the guy if he has them because I'm sure that they send it to him because I'm surprised with the 9.0 it's an all black cover. I don't know what to do there, Yeah. So I'm really interested with that. But everything else, yeah, I can walk into my Facebook auctions and stuff like that and move them pretty quickly and recoup some of the money for the grading. I think I'll have no problem, even with some of those lower grades, even that 9.2 compared to like a 9.4, 9.6. If I decide to move that one, that won't be a problem. I just know what people are looking for in them because if I didn't think I could move them, then I simply just wouldn't have sent them away yet. I would have sent other books away. So, So overall, yeah, pretty good. Really happy with that 9.2 on that though. I'm really happy with the 9.2 on that and that Silver Surfer because just when you buy them, even after the press, I was like, okay, yeah, I still kind of thought they were going to be lower. So that's awesome. I mean, again, they're PC books, so the money value isn't going to make that much of a difference for me on those, but it will 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if I decide to sell them, right? So.
I actually remember the very first time I ever saw that book. And I bought it off a spinner rack.
Congrats on the books. Thank you very much, G-Spot. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. G. I actually do remember that because, back then there was no internet to know what the covers were going to look like. There were a couple fanzines and stuff too, but they didn't always publish what the covers were going to look like. And I remember, spinning that spinner rack and seeing that in there. And I'm like, well, that's a for sure. Look at that cover. That's a for sure.
And yeah, it's my thing too. Because I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but like that black suit is just awesome. There's not too many black suit covers. Maybe the one that you were talking about the other night that goes along the Marvel team up one. But because I think that's a black suit cover. Yeah. Besides that, there's not too.
Thomas is talking about 141 with
141
Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that cover. I think it's just his stance, maybe. But besides that, like almost all the black suit covers, I'm just like, these are so nice. He looks like a ninja. Like, how can you not like it? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you're a kid, ninjas are the awesome. You know what I mean? That's why Snake Eyes is so awesome. Yeah. And Spider-Man can look like a ninja sometimes, but it looks way cooler in black. So.
But as a comic book fan back in that time, someone like Spider-Man, you never thought his costume would change. Yeah. And if it did, a few tweaks here and there, but it's still the same basic costume. Yeah. To find out that he was going to end up in a costume that didn't even have the colors of his original one was shocking, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. No, I have no doubt.
D-Ronk is here.
Hello,
George.
D-Ronk.
Look, George.
Yeah, I just finished up. I can give you a couple of cool highlights and stuff. Like, got my Spidey 101. Rats, he says. Silver Surfer 44. A lot of these are for resale. You got the Silk one. That's a resale. I've got a couple of those free comic book day Spider-Mans. One's a 9.4, not that great, but the 9.8 obviously look fantastic. This one was a little bit of a failure. Spider-Gwen 9.0. It's still going to be a resale anyways. Second printing. This cool book, Shuri #1, second printing 9.8. It's a really nice cover. I want to keep all the nice covers too. This beautiful 705 Mighty Thor variant. Awesome. That's a PC book. And this one is a Daredevil 181 in a 5.5. And that's a PC book as well. So that's just a quick rundown. Obviously, if you want to check out the replay, certainly do. We did show some books that we had just picked up lately as well, D-Ron. And those were fun as well. They're just going to be more books that I send away to get graded at some point. So,
yeah, coming up soon on my channel, D-Runk sent me an AOK, and I'm excited for everyone to see what he sent. And when you see my reaction to one of the books in particular.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. We'll probably start the new CBCS slabs. Yes, exactly, D-Rock. We were talking about this earlier. Those slabs are really, really nice. So again, like I said earlier, I really do like CGC ones, but this is about finances for me, and it's so much cheaper from where I live and here in Canada to go with CBCS than it is CGC. And I'm just really, really glad that the cases are really nice too. So it just makes it it's a win-win now, with the overhead and the way they look. Really,
so
really
what do you think of Gator guards?
I haven't really looked into them too much. They look nice though. Every time I see them on Instagram, it looks pretty good, right? It's a nice way to present them.
Yeah.
So
I heard I was watching Stevie B's video, and he was talking about a little hack to them that he shared that he was given. And I guess that it's easy to chip the paint on the screws when you're screwing it in.
Okay.
So they recommend putting them, or their little hack was to put them in backwards. And and it kind of looked neat too to see them in backwards. So
that's pretty cool. I was gonna say maybe just try to get a, I don't know.
But man,
something that's not metal.
You get one Gator guard and you can swap that out, every month.
Over.
Yeah.
No, exactly right. Or like what are those?
The slab it yourself.
Slab it yourself too. Yeah.
Comic skin.
I don't have any of those either, so I wouldn't mind checking those out at some point.
I have a comic skin that I need to. It's not within my reach right now, but I do have one. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything coming up? Probably gonna end this here.
So just on my channel yesterday, I've been trying to learn how to do some reaction videos. So WandaVision has been my test on that, and I did a first thoughts after watching WandaVision episode 5, and I'm actually very proud of yesterday's video that I dropped because I really went out of my comfort zone, and I even included, brace yourself, I sing in the video.
I knew this because when I was at work yesterday, I had Power Hour on just in my headphones. So I wasn't actually like watching it. 84 was kind of giving some details. He said, and I remember you saying that they were saying that you sang and stuff. So comic skins are fun. Get to make your own label. Yeah, exactly.
I wish I could make labels like D-Runk does. So
I know, right?
Those DGCs
they were awesome.
And so they're awesome. So I got the WandaVision that just dropped on my channel. Earlier this week, I had an AOK unboxing from Stone Cold Steve Whiting, and
Nice.
there's some really nice books in there too.
Yep.
And at one point, I called a group book by a complete different name, but I caught it before while I was still on the book. I'm like, did I just call this book an entirely different title? And I did.
Yeah.
So, coming
I
up,
saw that.
yeah, coming up, I am part of, if you're familiar with the Fanboys, which is mostly DC people, that's Comic Food 2814 and Tony Fett and Flashpoint Comics.
Yep.
And of course, Tim the Comic Collector, the Fanboys. Well, they've launched their own Fanboys channel, and they've asked me to be part of this channel on a weekly basis. So my first contribution to that channel is coming up this upcoming Wednesday. And I'll have a video on my own personal channel talking about that on Wednesday as well. So
that's awesome.
on the way, I have some AOK unboxings that I'm going to be doing, including the one from D-Runk Comics. I have it's been raining AOKs in this household. Yeah. It's so overwhelming in such a positive way. Copy 801 sent me an AOK. I have an AOK from Ruben Guzman, or should I say Ruben Guzman?
Yes.
And there's some more AOKs coming. I have prize wins to show off too. So I've been a very fortunate person, and there's still a couple other series that I'm wanting to launch. But the good thing about doing the WandaVision things is it's getting me in the mode to put out more than one video a week. It's getting me used to it. And so when WandaVision goes away, hopefully I'll start showing these other series that I want to do on my channel.
Yeah, exactly, right.
So it's Magic Lasso on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, I certainly would love it if you come check out the channel. Obviously, I'm a Wonder Woman fan, but I'm really into Bronze Age comic books, Silver Age 2, DC Marvel, Copper 2. You don't see a lot of moderns on my channel, but every once in a while one pops up. But so check it out. If you're not subscribed, I certainly would appreciate it. I got over 400 awesome subscribers, but there's always room for more.
Yes, exactly, right. And I'm so random with what I have coming out. I just don't really ever have it until it's like a couple days before. I'm like, okay, well, it's time to go live. So I'm really close to getting there's a couple books that I have basically that I'm have on hold with a guy that I'm getting really close to. So that'll be kind of cool to show them off. And it will probably just be like a random, like, hey, let's go live and just show what books we've picked up. So that's basically what my deal is currently. So, and then, my CBCS guy, we had a miscommunication. I've told you this, but we had miscommunication in regards to what he can. I thought he could only do modern books. He can submit pre-1975 books as well. I thought I had asked him like, hey, what all does this entail? And he thought I was only happened to ask about the details of that submission that we were putting in at the time. So after talking recently, he's like, no, I can do pre-1975. I was like, well, I can't. And this month there's a discount if he sends X amount in. So he's like, whatever you have. And I'm like, well, those are books that I want to have pressed for my personal collection. So I only had 3 that were ready right now. So I gave him the X-Men 48, X-Men 49, and I just bought a big Daredevil book today. It should be here later this week. Congrats then, because I'm sure it's going to be awesome, D-Rock. Freaking right.
Hey, not to interrupt for a second. Yeah. When you get done with your story, show D-Runk that Doctor Strange book that you showed.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think you should do that.
What was the third book that and I sent off the Thor 166.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I got this as well. D-Runk. I was showing this at the first of the episode. Doctor Strange 169. Beautiful book. It's not in super great condition, but I got it for super cheap. Worked out a deal. Pretty happy about that as well. And he mentioned that I don't know if they already do or not, CBCS, but he's going to be able to do magazine style in the near future. Yeah, starting this year. So that'll be cool too, because I've got a couple of, I've got like a Star-Lord book, and thank you, D-Runk. I'm pretty happy about getting that Doctor Strange. And maybe a couple of those Epic Illustrated. Some of them are really, really bad condition. I wouldn't necessarily grade them, but I've got a couple magazine styles. So that's cool. It's going to be cool to have all the options, right? And I can send, like, and that's the thing. He can do like signature series and all that stuff like that. It's just it's just different costs and stuff like that, right? So, but it's all really, really cheap compared to what I was paying for CGC. And that's why I wasn't doing as many unboxing. Now I just gave him another 12 books last week, and then I just gave him 3 more today. So 12 in the modern, and then those 3. And now I'm going to get a hold of my presser and be like, okay, now that I can get these ones graded cheap or cheaper, I'm going to start giving him a bunch of like the Cap 106 and probably a couple of those Silver Surfer books and just whatever I have in there, right? So that's kind of ready to be pressed. And if I can, I'm going to try to get them pressed before the end of this month and see if he's doing another submission, because if he's getting a discount on it, he's probably going to try to, and then just give them those, and when they come back, they come back.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
So I'm getting very close to be sending off another AOK to you.
Yeah, well, but kind of vice versa, because I'm sending you one, but I'm also sending you some books that you had purchased that I picked up for you or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm waiting on one more order to come in, which includes some stuff that I'm sending your way, and then I think I'm ready to send it out. So, and obviously there's some books in there that that you're getting. There's some books that you purchased and won, but then you got to have some surprises in there too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a book in there that I was thinking about the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that I grabbed that or whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And the AOK for you, like I said, it's a different style of AOK for sure for what we normally send. So I've got a box for it and stuff like that. And now it's just really about getting everything kind of packaged up and seeing how much it's going to be to ship this thing, and getting that all done in my spare time, which is never so.
Yeah,
but it will be cool. It'll be cool. Very cool unboxing.
Well, thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Anything else? How you feeling?
No, but I had fun hanging out tonight. Are you watching the Super Bowl tomorrow?
Yeah. I have a long day of eating and drinking. So we'll start like super early, even though Super Bowl's not till like late at night here. But I mean, I'll just go over to my buddies and we'll just start hammering them out right away. So watch some golf and just hang out and eat a lot of dips.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Yeah. Full day.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's end it, because I'm going to just relax for the night. I appreciate, again, you coming on here with me. We will do many more of these. Thank you, everybody, into the chat tonight. I really, really appreciate it. You guys just hanging out with us, and anybody who's watching on the replay, much appreciated. Please subscribe to Magic Lasso. Check out his Instagram as well. You're very active on both, which is really, really nice. And you're always in the chats, obviously, here, and just killing it with the 84 time. So. All right, let's end this thing.
All right, thanks, Thomas. Congratulations on your books.
Thanks, man. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.